Hello everyone, welcome back. So, what did I do to the 502 stove? Well, we got a nice paint job on the fount. We got a new Coleman sticker. Cleaned up all the valves. Inside the fount was nice. We got new lighting directions here. I painted the Bunsen, and this is using a high heat, flame proof paint that's got to be cured. That's got to be cured at 200 for 30 minutes, 400 for 30 minutes, and then 650 at 30 minutes. I refurbished this little red knob. I wasn't going to buy another one. They were like $6.50. So I just sanded off the burnt part and just got some red paint and kind of just matched it in. I think it looks fine. Like I said, all the valves are clean. I didn't go crazy with everything else in here. There was a lot of rust and pitting down here. So basically, I just cleaned it up. The burner down here, I took Frank's advice from Old Town Coleman, and I just cleaned them up. I heated them, and I quenched them in oil. So I think it looks pretty good. The outside looks pretty good. The band looks good. So I'm very, very pleased with it. I'll put a little clip in here of what it looked like before. And we have here a 502 stove. How cool is that? And it came with this heat drum. Check that out. Now this is all roached out, okay, all rusted. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to soak this in Evapo-Rust. And I'm going to see how it cleans up. I don't know who made it or anything like that. Like I said, it's pretty rusted. So I'll try to let me see if I can get the bail out. Yeah, the bail comes out pretty easy. That's actually in pretty decent shape. But I'm going to soak this. It's not like I need a heater down here. I think the other day was what, 9,000 degrees? So I think it was only like 6,000 degrees today. But this 502 stove is awesome. This is 7 of 67. And I'm debating if I want to do a total restoration on this or just this top part, the burners and stuff. There's really not a lot of rust. It's a little bit over here. I'm not 100% sure. But there's one thing I do know for sure is I'm not going to film myself stripping this down and rebuilding this because it's the first one I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to put a link in the description when I re-show it again when it's done to Old Town Coleman. Frank over there has got a whole series on ripping these things down. He explains everything extremely well. I'm not going to do it justice, explaining to you what to do when it's the first time I'm doing it. So, hopefully I'll get more of these and I'll be able to put my little spin on it. Also, Robert, Bluegrass, I always get tongue-tied, Bluegrass Bushcraft, and I believe, I keep messing up his second channel, Coleman Restorations and Repair. Steve Winkleman. Who else? Those are the guys I can think of off the top of my head that already have videos out on rebuilding these. So if you want to go to YouTube, search up rebuilding a Coleman 502 stove, a bunch of them are going to pop up. But what I'll do is I will take care of this. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to redo the whole fount. I am feeling some rust here. But I'm definitely going to strip it down. And from what I know, just to go quickly, you take these screws out, you take this grate off. You're going to loosen your generator. You're going to loosen this nut, okay? Then you're going to take out this nut here. You're not going to take it out. You're going to loosen that, and this whole unit will slip out, okay? You have to be careful with this little pipe here. And then this whole thing slips out, and then you got to get these burner rings off of here. And it's pretty well rusted in there. So again, like I said, it's going to be my first shot at it. Let's see if I can even get the fuel cap off. Yep. Let's see what it looks like quickly in there. Well, there's actually fuel in it. Wow. I wonder if it would light. All right, so that's what it looked like before. Also, here is the heat drum. Now this came out really nice. I was surprised how nice it came out, to be honest with you. I soaked this in Evapor Rust. I had a lot of pitting up here. I didn't go crazy sanding and stuff. And this is made by Coleman. So again, I used the flame-proof paint cured at 2, 4, and 650 degrees. Like I said, I'll probably never use this, but it's nice to have it restored. So let me get some fuel in this thing, because it worked before I took it apart. Let's make sure it works after. All right, we got it fueled up. One other thing I forgot to mention, I replaced the fuel cap. This 3-piece cap is period correct for this. I believe this had a brass cap on it, which is a replacement. So I replaced that with a period correct one. So if we read the directions, it says to rotate the cleaning lever, which is this with the red handle, away from it. Okay. Then it says do it several times. That's what cleans out the generator, but it's all clean, so I'm not going to bother with that. Then it says open shutoff valve a quarter turn and light. Pump air for a strong flame while preheating. I guess it really should say you should pump it up first, right? We'll do that. All right. Let me get my lighter. Let's turn it a quarter turn. Oh, I hear it. I hear it. Heat up the generator. See if we get some flamage. It lit faster before I restored it. All right, let's give this a couple turns. I think some of that oil is burning off. Let's give it a couple more pumps. Let that heat up. we filming here? Come on, blue flame. Yeah, I can see some smoke coming off of the from when I quenched it in oil. Ah, looking nice. Got a couple orange flames dancing around, but sure humming now. So this is my first 502. I'm not 100% sure what it looks like when it's going. I do have a nice blue flame, but I also have those little dancing orange flames popping out of there. Gets pretty low. I'm gonna let it burn for a couple minutes and I'll bring you back. Okay, I just noticed something. If you look at the valve here and in the direction the generator's going, hopefully that you can see that. I put it in crooked. I didn't align that very straight. I don't think it's leaking, but that may be the problem. So I'm going to let this cool down and see if I could straighten that, and then I'll bring you back. All right, so I straightened that out. All I did was loosen the generator, loosen the fuel inlet here, loosen the nut under here that holds this onto this bracket, and just straightened it. So hopefully that changes it. Let's see. Did I pump her up? I think I did. Let that heat up. See what it looks like now. Wow, that looks better already. Well, I'm surprised I didn't see that when I put it back together. This is kind of like a flimsy connection here, to be honest with you. Yeah, look at that, huh? Got a little bit of spitting orange there. Not like it was before, though. Yeah, definitely. Well, there you have it. I am definitely pleased with that. Learned a little something there. The Coleman 502. My first restore on a single burner stove. I'll tell you what, it was very easy to take it apart. I really should have just filmed it. It's pretty simple. There's what, 9 screws, and it pretty much comes apart. Um, I had mentioned when I showed the 288 Big Hat about when they put these founts together, they they used copper rings around here, around the bung, and around the filler, and they use also a paste, which is like I forget what they said, 80 or 90% copper, and they send it through an oven and they superheat it to like 2100 degrees. Okay, on this one that was a mess. I mean, there was a spot, I don't remember where, but it was somewhere down along the bottom where it was just globbed on. I literally had to get needle files to file it off. And again, like I said on the last one, it's funny how you don't see it when it's painted, but when you strip the paint, you're like, wow, you know. And I've been fooled in the past of thinking that that was corrosion under the paint, because that does happen, you know, with any kind of steel object. You'll see something under the paint, a bubble or something, and then you know, remove the paint and it's actually rust. But in this case, it was just copper, which is pretty easy to remove. But I'll tell you, it took me about at least a half an hour to file it off and then sand it so you didn't see the file marks. But she's burning good now, man. Look at that, huh? Very nice. So this is my second single burner. I have the 508, and I'm gonna have to say, I think I like the 508 better. Something about that one. I don't know. Maybe because it's my first one. AK, I'm yapping. The other thing is I saw a beautiful Peak 1 in an aluminum case. And they wanted $50 for it. I'm thinking I probably could get it for around maybe 40, which is kind of over my $15 limit. But I want the aluminum case. And the only problem is it's like a 2-hour drive. So there's no way I'm going to make a 4-hour round trip for a stove. I mean, if it was like a bundle kind of thing where I was getting, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kinds of items, it might be something I would consider. But yeah, we'll just have to keep holding out for a nice aluminum case. I'm also looking for one of those. I guess they call them like a cook kit. It was a case and it's also a cook kit. So I got a lookout for that. So, but there you have it. My first 502 restoration with the heat drum, which goes right on top like that. I think Steve may have done a video on one of these with the heat drum, and I think he used a infrared and it got to up like 400 something degrees. So it'd be good to keep it, use it as a warmer too. And Sean, Shovelhead 8, I've been using this. I redid the felt liner in there, which is pretty simple. Maybe one day I'll make a video and show how you do that. But I don't want to take this one apart to show you. But yeah, I found out that that's the way it's got to go in upside down. So thanks again, brother, for this. I absolutely love it. And there you have it. So thanks for coming along, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. You know I'm going to say it. I'm sending you all much, much love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. Thanks again for coming along, and we'll see you on the next one.